Shabbat Shalom u'mevorach. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This week we'll be reading Parashat Yitro. And not only this parasha is famous for, right after Parashat Beshalach and after Yetziat Mitzrayim and the splitting of the sea, but we also have Matan Torah. We receive the Torah in this parasha. We have the story of Har Sinai. And we also have, obviously, the Eser Makot, the 10 Commandments that we live by, and all the mitzvot and the Torah that we receive today. Am Yisrael finally, after going through Egypt and going through their sufferings and after through the miracles, they finally become a real nation of Am Yisrael and finally receive the Torah. The parasha starts with Vayishma Yitro. And Yitro heard. Who was Yitro? We know Yitro was Moshe's father-in-law. And what did he hear? He heard the Nisim that HaKadosh Baruch Hu made for Am Yisrael. He heard the splitting of the sea and the fighting of the Amalek towards the end of last week's parasha. And after he heard how much HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves us and takes care of us, he decided to join Am Yisrael. He decided to do Gerut and become a Jew. And we know right away when he came, what did he say? He actually became a very good Jew. How do we know? Because what does it say? Right away he already started making rulings. He tells Moshe, his son-in-law, he tells him, listen, in those times, before Yitro said his rule, what was Moshe doing? Moshe was the leader, but he was also the Rav and the Posek. And every single Jew in Am Yisrael, whenever they had a question, they used to go to Moshe. Now, it wasn't just Stam. It was even a question, whether it was, what bracha do I make on an apple? Or questions of Tumah and Tahara. So all these questions from small to big, Moshe was getting, and he was sitting on the chair the whole day, answering questions. Yitro tells his son-in-law, Moshe Rabbeinu, Mechila, but I think something's wrong over here. It's not kavod for you to sit on a chair the whole day answering questions, even when it's sometimes simple. He goes, I think there should be a system, and there should be judges, and there should be different levels of Rabbanim. And if you have a simple question, you go to this Rav. And only if someone has such a difficult question that after going through a few channels, he doesn't have the answer, then he comes to you, Moshe, and you could give him the final answer. Out of respect, Moshe Rabbeinu agreed, and that's how we have the system today. And there was judges and different levels, and he set up a bunch of Rabbanim from every Shevet to help and answer all the questions of Am Yisrael. But what's very interesting, in the end of the Torah, in the Sefer Dvarim, in the end of the Parashiyot, when Moshe Rabbeinu was dying and he was rebuking Am Yisrael, Moshe Rabbeinu mentioned this part. And he told Am Yisrael and he rebuked them, why did you jump so easily and take Yitro advice that I shouldn't be the main posek and we should split it up and have judges? That was wrong of you. And it wasn't from Ga'ava. And he told them that yes, Moshe Rabbeinu, me, I saved you so many times. How many times did Moshe save us? He was the greatest leader we ever had in Am Yisrael. He saved us. He could have, HaKadosh Baruch Hu wanted to destroy us. He said, no, destroy me instead. We had the Egel so many different times. He didn't even go to Eretz Yisrael, which was his ultimate goal and his dream, like most of our dreams are too. And he didn't go just to sacrifice from Am Yisrael. And he told them, I do everything for you and I sacrificed everything for you. How can you let go of this idea and start saying that there should be different judges? And part of the rebuke was that what was wrong with Am Yisrael doing this? He said, you took the easy way out. You're going to have different Rabbanim. You could pick and choose. You could bribe the judges if you want an answer. And that was wrong. And you shouldn't have done this. But Moshe Rabbeinu was also giving us a lesson for every single day in our lives. He was telling them as Am Yisrael and as a Jew, we don't take the easy way out. We were brought in this life to take upon challenges. Every day we have a challenge. HaKadosh Baruch Hu brought us into this world imperfect to try to become perfect and try to work on ourselves and take on challenges. We have to rise to the challenge. That's what Am Yisrael does, and that's what a Jew does. And we have to learn from this. Moshe was telling us, don't take the easy way out. Especially today, when we have so many different things, so many different minagim, so many different rabbanim. How many times do we see ourselves trying to find the heter, trying to find the loophole? It's called rabbi shopping. People love doing this. But we have to realize you have a Rav, he knows what's best for you. Just like a parent knows what's best for his child, if you have a real Rav who's your Rav for everything, he also knows the best for you. And they were scared of Moshe because they said, if Moshe Rabbeinu is going to be the one rabbi, then he's going to tell us what to do and what not to do. And we're not going to have any leeway because we know Moshe knows the most. and he's so kadosh, and that's why they were rebuked. So Bezat Hashem will understand not to take the easy way out in life, and not to take, especially when it comes to Torah, to learn the Torah the proper way, to have the Rabbanim, to have your Bet Knesset, to have your Makom, and Bezat Hashem, we'll see the Geula very soon. Shabbat Shalom u'mevorach.